Welcome to PDC 2022 in Colorado, where the theme is reconnecting. I am here with our fabulous host and fearless leader, Mike. Mike, I loved hearing you this morning. I saw all the clips of you sort of saying like, oh, we're connecting here, and always this virtual. And I look out at this sea of people engaged with one another, engaged with the practice, and can we take a minute to just appreciate this hard work that you guys have done?
I think we've forgotten what we missed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's been a long few years, and I would love to kind of ask you, it's been almost 24 hours that we've been here in Keystone. What are some of your highlights? What are some of the things that maybe surprised you?
A big surprise, I think everybody on staff will tell you this, is the turnout. So we had to make a guess as to how many people we might expect to come back after being gone for 2 years. And we thought 350 is probably safe. We're well beyond that. I think we'll be at 500 by the time the show is all said and done.
That is a lot.
Which is
it's amazing.
Great. That's maybe our peak even before the pandemic. We've been doing it for 30 years.
I feel tears coming.
So the desire to be back in person.
Yes.
I don't want to say what we did was better or worse on a values proposition side, because you still have to keep people connected to the things that are happening in the profession. But there's such a different feel when you can do it face to face,
right?
And it's beyond the content.
Yeah.
It's beyond learning something from a person in the profession about their work. It's about having the personal, just realizing that we're part of a bigger group. Because when you're in front of your computer, it's just you. It's just you and what you're watching. And when you walk into a room and see hundreds of your colleagues, some of whom you might have gone to school with, or you worked with 3 jobs ago, it's like, now I remember why I'm doing this.
Yes, and I think, one of the things that I think is really cool, I'm always looking for how to create fun events where people get to learn, but they're enjoying themselves. And I love both the keynotes that you guys are having, but also the breakouts. So we see people gathered here, and I think this is so great for obviously CEUs, but also for connecting, for understanding the materials better. And then for all of our sponsors, I'm like, you guys are really getting bang for the buck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I've never seen this before. Did you guys make
that's a great
this
story.
idea? It's amazing.
Sort of yes, sort of no.
Yeah.
So when you don't have this event for 2 years, you don't spend all your time mourning, oh gosh, we can't do it. These things. We brought some of our most long-time sponsors and exhibitors together, about a dozen of them, with a small group of our committee members who are the volunteers that set the tone and the theme and the program. And we said, if there's ever a chance to think differently and have a blank sheet of paper, this is when to do it. So instead of doing things that we've done for tens of years over and over again, just because we get on let's think big, think out of the box. And so that conversation with a dozen of our longtime supporters who have also traveled to other groups in other industries and are thinking differently about how they want to engage with people, or what's your wish list of this would be a home run for me if fill in the blank. So we were just writing notes like crazy, and then came back as a staff and a volunteer committee group and said, here's the list, here's the wish list, how can we make it happen? And so what you're seeing is a completely different show experience for the attendees and the exhibitors, because they don't want to feel like they are marketing people that are just trying to sell products and pitching all the time. They want to establish more curiosity. It's not about getting a lead and having your product specified. It's about being a resource. And the attendees certainly don't want to feel like we have to do this because they're giving AI money, so we're just playing along. They have to feel like, this is worth it. I can put this to work on my next project right away.
Right. Okay. So for anyone that is not at the conference listening to this later, can you describe what I just mentioned? The little micro sessions that are going on all around us.
Yeah. So you've probably all been to conventions where there's a trade show. It's row
Always
after row.
Very comfortable. Doesn't feel any pressure at all. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So there's these rows of vendors behind these pipe and drape partitions that are 8 feet tall, and so it's almost like you just sort of get in tunnel vision, and if it's so big, you start cherry picking. You look down, you glance down the row because you can only see down that aisle. And like, is there anybody down here that I want to talk to?
Yes.
And if there's not, you cruise and you just go to the next aisle and repeat. If there is, you walk past everybody, hope they don't make eye contact until you get to that one booth that you want to talk to. Meanwhile, all those exhibitors are like, oh, hey, we're here too.
Yeah.
And they paid serious money.
I know, and oftentimes I feel like I'm actually curious about whatever they have going on, but there's this pressure dynamic that feels very uncomfortable, and I think the way that you guys have addressed that here is just pure genius, and I love it. And I also love this amazing studio space. Can you tell us about how this came about?
I will answer that, but I still haven't finished answering your last question.
Sorry.
So the first thing is, the show is not too big. You want to be able to feel like with the time allotted, you can get to everyone. There's also no high partitions. So you can step into the front door, look across the entire show floor, the entire expo, and see who's there. So can the exhibitors. They can see, are there enough people here? Is there foot traffic for it? Then the other thing that engages it is, instead of just waiting to organically have a conversation happen over a product or service, we have built in enhanced activity. So when somebody signed up to be a trade show exhibitor, they could choose one of 3 things. They could either offer a mini CES session, so a micro learning unit, 15 minutes each. We've got 10 of those happening in 2 rounds. You could also be part of a team building activity. So we have a photo scavenger hunt with missions. If you complete missions, you get to win prizes, but that's also engaging with exhibitors. And some of them don't want to do CES sessions. And then third is a refueling station. So some of them have snacks, have portable power supply, drinks. So it's not just, we hope somebody will stumble upon our booth. There's also one of these 3 options to go with it. And then we're also making sure that people have other reasons to be on the floor, one of which is this very room we're sitting in right now. So we have a media booth for the first time at an AIA Colorado conference, where we are bringing people in from their experiences, asking them how the conference is going, what they're working on, if they're AIA volunteers, if they're speakers, if they're presenters, if they're sponsors. And so it's just a different way of telling the story than what might be a one-on-one conversation. All those are important. Because there's a bunch of people who aren't here, and they're going to wonder, what did I miss? Or why should I go?
You guys should go next year.